Driving through Nevada was my routine. I hauled freight from Vegas to Reno, and the empty stretch of Highway 95 was my regular route, flat desert, no towns, just sand and stars. I'd stop at the same pit stop every trip, a rundown gas station called Dusty's, 50 miles from anything. It had 2 pumps, a flickering sign, and a clerk who barely spoke. I liked the break, until that hot July night. It was 1 a.m., the air dry and still. I pulled my rig in, tires crunching gravel, and hopped out to fuel up. The station was quiet, just the hum of the pump and crickets in the brush. I stretched, grabbed my wallet, and headed inside for a soda. That's when I heard it, a knock, slow and heavy, from the back of the building. I stopped, hand on the door. "Hello?" I called, peering into the dark. The clerk, an old guy named Hank, was asleep behind the counter, TV buzzing static. The knock came again, thump thump, louder, from the storage shed out back. My gut said leave, but I figured a critter got stuck. I grabbed my tire iron from the truck, just in case, and walked around. The shed door hung open, hinges creaking. I swung my flashlight, empty, just boxes and oil cans. Then I saw it, scratches, fresh and deep, on the wood, like nails dug in. My neck prickled. I turned to go, then heard a laugh, low and rough, from the desert beyond the lot. I spun, light shaking, nothing, just shadows and sagebrush. I hustled back to the pump, heart thumping. The laugh came again, closer, by the dumpster. I yanked the nozzle out, spilling gas, and climbed in the cab. That's when I saw him, a guy, tall, in a tattered shirt, standing at the lot's edge, grinning wide. He didn't move, just watched, eyes glinting in my headlights. I peeled out, gravel flying, radio off so I could hear. The road stayed empty, but my mirrors showed something, headlights, faint, tailing me slow. I floored it, 80 miles an hour, till they faded. I stopped at a truck stop in Tonopah, called the cops, some creep at Dusty's. They checked, Hank was fine, but the shed had a duffel, rope, a knife, a map with my route marked. Drifter, maybe, they said. Knew the stop, lucky you left. Lucky didn't feel right. I switched routes, avoid 95 now. But the desert's in my head. Every knock, every laugh, feels like him. Last week, I found a scratch on my rig, deep, fresh, like he'd caught up. I don't stop alone anymore, tire iron by my seat, waiting. I drove long hauls across the Midwest, and Minnesota's I-94 was my usual stretch, woods, lakes, and frost. I'd stop at the same rest area near Fergus Falls, a quiet spot with picnic tables and a bathroom shack, to stretch my legs. It was basic, safe, until that foggy November night. The road slick with ice. I pulled my sedan in, fog so thick my headlights bounced back. I needed a break, coffee wasn't cutting it. I parked by the tables, grabbed my flashlight and stepped out, the cold biting my face. The lot was empty, just me and the hum of the highway fading in the mist. I walked to the bathroom, boots crunching frost. That's when I heard it, a hum, soft and weird, like someone singing low. I stopped, light sweeping the fog, nothing, just trees and haze. "Hello?" I said, voice swallowed. The hum kept up, closer, by the picnic area. My stomach flipped. I pulled my keys out, sharp end ready, and headed back. The hum turned to steps, crunch crunch, slow, matching mine. I sped up, flashlight shaking, something moved, a shape in the fog, tall and hunched. "Who's there?" I yelled, turning fast. A guy stepped out, big, in a puffy coat, face shadowed under a hood. He grinned, teeth yellow, and whispered, "Nice car." I ran, keys digging into my palm, fog stinging my eyes. His steps followed, steady, heavy, crunching louder. I hit my car, fumbled the lock, and slammed the door, starting the engine. He was there, 10 feet away, grinning through the mist, holding a tire iron. I peeled out, tires spinning, the shape fading in my mirror. I drove to street. Cloud, called the cops from a gas station, some guy at the rest area, chased me. They checked, empty lot, but they found a coat, torn and wet, by the tables, with a screwdriver in the pocket. "Prowler, probably," they said. Knew the fog hit him, lucky you got out. Lucky didn't match the shakes. I avoid that stretch now, stick to cities. But the fog's with me. Every hum, every crunch, feels like him. Last night, I heard it, soft steps, outside my garage. I didn't look. I keep my keys close, waiting. I loved road trips through Tennessee, and Highway 70 was my favorite: hills, trees, and small towns. I'd stop at May's Diner, a pit stop near Crossville, for coffee and pie after dark. It was a cozy shack, neon sign buzzing, open late for truckers. I felt at home, until that stormy May night. Rain pounding my pickup. I pulled into May's lot, wipers slapping, and dashed inside, soaked. The place was quiet, just me, May behind the counter, and the hiss of the grill. I ordered coffee, sat by the window, watching rain streak the glass. That's when I heard it, a tap, faint, on the wall outside, like a finger on wood. I glanced out, nothing, just my truck and wet asphalt. Rain, I said, sipping my drink. The tap came again, tap tap, louder, by the door. May didn't hear, humming over the fryer. My neck prickled. I grabbed my pocket knife, flipped it open under the table, and peeked again. Empty lot, just shadows dancing. Then the lights flickered. A guy walked in, short, in a slicker, dripping wet. He sat 2 booths down, staring at me, not the menu. Rough night, I said, forcing a smile. He nodded, eyes locked, and rasped, real rough. My chest tightened. He didn't order, just watched, fingers tapping the table, tap tap, like the sound outside. I paid quick, told May I'd be back, and bolted to my truck, knife in hand. The tapping followed, fast, on the pavement. I glanced back. He was there, 10 feet away, grinning through the rain, holding a wrench. I jumped in, locked the doors, and floored it, mud spraying. He stood in my mirror, still tapping, till the road swallowed him. I called the state troopers from a motel. Some guy at May's followed me. They checked. May was fine, but they found a wrench, rusty, by the lot, and a note in the trash. Next stop. Weirdo, maybe, they said. Knew you'd stop, lucky you drove off. Lucky didn't feel true. I skip May's now, stick to chains. But the rain's with me. Every tap, every stare, feels like him. Last night, I heard it, tap tap, slow, on my truck's hood. I didn't check. I keep the knife by my dash, waiting. Then, this morning, I found something. A single wet handprint, too small to be mine, dried into the rust. And the knife? Gone. But I never moved it. Something, or someone, is stalking the highways. And if you've ever pulled over alone at night, you're already on its radar. Subscribe now for more terrifying tales, before your next road trip. Comment your creepiest roadside experience below. Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Think you're safe? Share this story, then check your rearview. Twice. The road doesn't forget. And neither will you.